Good morning, SKN. I am Kortensia. Alicia Daniel Bick will join us shortly. We will begin today with the weather forecast. It is partly sunny with a 30% Chance of morning showers, a high of 88 and a low of 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, folks, the week is almost over. We're at Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Moving fast. We begin with our first story this morning on the local scene. Bodybuilding competitors thrill audience at NEPAC. This from the Nevis pages. The third annual Fit Physique Championship was held at NEPAC on the evening of Saturday, the 30th April. A sizable and victorious crowd was on hand to witness the event, which featured a total of 8 athletes from St. Kitts. 2 competed in the men's classic physique, 3 in the men's physique, and 3 in the women's bikini fitness competition. The event commenced with welcome remarks from the chief coordinator of the event, Mr. David Walwain, and a minute's silence was observed in honor of the late Desmond Bull Liebert and the Honorable Vance Winkworth Amory. The national anthem of St. Kitts and Nevis was beautifully rendered by Ms. Vanille Powell, and from there on, the show was expertly directed by the Master of Ceremonies, the Honorable Eric Eveling. There was also a yoga session by Rhonda Maycock, and Pam Berry and James Weeks challenged the audience to some exercise routines. Chief Judge out of Antigua, Mr. Errol Williams, had high commendations for the athletes in delivering his critique of the competition. We continue with our second story. Rastafarian community welcomes possibility of new temple, calls for manifestation of promises made to them. This from Win Media. Ras Iran, a member of the Rastafarian Nyabingi Theocracy or the Church of His and Her Imperial Majesty, is skeptical that the new St. Kitts Nevis government will build a temple for Rastafarians. On Tuesday, April 26, the leader of the People's Action Movement and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Sean Kenneth Richards, announced that a new administration driven by a joint collaboration between the People's Action Movement and the Concerned Citizens Movement will build a partnership with the Rastafarian community. He said, and quote, "Our new agenda will also include a partnership with the Rastafarian community to offer land and assistance to build a temple for their worship and practice of their faith." In an exclusive interview with Win FM on Tuesday, May 3rd, Ras Iran said, "Seeing is believing. Hearing the Honorable Minister speak about erecting a temple, that is him, and as an individual speaking, and I can't say he means what he says until we see it happen. After we see it happen, then we can say, yeah, he is one person who at least keeps a promise." Ras Iran expressed skepticism that the temple would actually be erected, recalling the legislation of marijuana and the Buckley Uprising Monument as 2 very important matters that are yet to come to fruition. In addition, Ras Iran expressed that the religious group would love to have the new tabernacle erected, noting that they no longer want promises, but instead need to see the manifestation of the promise made. Exposition Nevis 2022 launches with historical exhibition at Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park. This from Nevis Island Press at release. Exposition Nevis 2022 was officially launched on Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022, with an exhibition entitled Nevis, Her Story, on display at the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park. The exhibition, which will run for the month of May, is a collaborative initiative by the Ministry of Tourism and the Nevis Public Library Services. It provides a snapshot into the history of Nevis, important figures and items of cultural and historical interest. Mr. John Hanley, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism in the Nevis Island Administration, NIA, said, and quote, "This exhibition is a historical portrait of Nevis development. It shows some of the..."
And the other shake. Hush your mouth. Daddy, Uncle not here and this is gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell us tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see Sammy.
When you feel you're gonna take No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and it's my pleasure to join Kortensia. And just a reminder, Jamie, all the best with your studies, your exams, etc., etc. So I'm just a temporary host for the meantime. And we now continue with the latest in regional news. Brazil's president to visit Guyana on Friday, and this from the Mararo Waves. Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro is due to visit Guyana on Friday, almost 2 months after he had cancelled initial plans to do so because his mother had died. The Foreign Ministry indicated late Tuesday. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Elizabeth Harper, confirmed the May 6th visit. The earlier indication came in a media accreditation advisory through the government's Department of Public Information. Mr. Bolsonaro, known for his far-right policies and preference to remove standing forests from indigenous Indian reservations, is likely to lose to former leftist President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, according to recent opinion polls. Back in January, Guyana's president, Dr. Ifran Ali, had listed energy, food security, telecommunication, infrastructure integration, and trade that he would like to discuss with his Brazilian counterpart. President Ali had also wanted to discuss the possibility of Brazil assisting with the development of Guyana's bauxite and increasing the quota for rice exports under a partial scope agreement. So those two influential men are having a meeting.
Having a meeting to discuss the way forward for both countries. That's good stuff. Cooperation is always, how do we say, welcome?
Yes, and hopefully there's a positive effect on the region.
All day, every day, we hope.
Yes. And international news. This from the BBC. The world's only nontuplets, 9 babies born at the same time, are in perfect health as they celebrate their first birthday, their father has told the BBC. I quote, "They're all crawling now. Some are sitting up and can even walk if they hold on to something," said Alakalap Adbi, an officer in the Malayan army. They are still in the care of the clinic in Morocco where they were born. He said their mother, Halima Cisse, 26, was also doing well. Mr. Abbey told BBC Afrique, I quote, "It's not easy, but it's great, even if it's tiring at times when you look at all the babies in perfect health. From left to right, we're relieved. We forget everything." He has just returned to Morocco for the first time in 6 months, along with their elder daughter, Souda, aged 3. He continued, "I'm overwhelmed to be reunited with all my family, my wife, the children, and me." They will just have a small birthday celebration with the nurses and a few people from their apartment building, Mr. Abbey said. Nothing is better than the first year. We will remember this great moment we are going to experience. The babies broke the Guinness World Record for the most children delivered in a single birth to survive. Ahead of the birth, at 4th May 2021, Mrs. Cece was flown to Morocco by the Malian government for specialist care.
Strength of a woman, huh?
Isn't that a lovely story?
Babies.
Yes, and in that photo we saw the 9 plus the additional daughter, the 3-year-old, 10
wow.
children in
Blessings.
a very short space of time. I'm happy they have assistance.
Yeah, they do. And look at all of them looking so alert. Look at them. Aww.
And there you have it. That's the latest for today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi. If you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
Self-health management refers to the measures people take to manage their own health. You and I should remember to wash hands often with soap and water, or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Take your temperature morning and evening. Watch for symptoms. Persons with diabetes or hypertension are reminded to take your medication regularly as prescribed. If you have no symptoms, you may carry out your normal routine and boost your immune system. When you are outside, avoid public spaces and wear a mask at all times. If you develop symptoms, put on a mask and seek medical care. Do not take public transportation. Inform the doctor of your travel history, any contact with confirmed or suspected cases, your occupation, and whether anyone around you has similar symptoms. If you become ill, please rest at home. Wear a mask and isolate yourself from others in your household. If you share a bathroom, disinfect daily using 1 part bleach to 10 parts water. Everyone must work together to reduce the spread of the coronavirus.
You are watching Good Morning SKN. May is Lupus Awareness Month, which aims to increase the general understanding of lupus worldwide. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that can have devastating effects, especially if undiagnosed and untreated. Today we are joined by members of the St. Kitts and Nevis Lupus Hope Foundation, President Keisha Isaac Adams and Vice President Victorine Hanley. Good morning, ladies. Welcome to Good Morning. Thank you. So what are some of the early signs and symptoms of lupus?
You know, because I'm always here, I'm going to just let the video start this time.
Okay.
Well, first it starts with fatigue.
Okay.
And that is a #1 trigger that most lupus patients have. And I can't even explain fatigue. Sometimes you feel like you're tired, and tired is like what you would feel. And then another time you feel like a truck run you over.
And reversed.
And reversed. Like there's something sitting on your chest.
Okay.
So that is like fatigue. You don't feel like you don't want to wake up in the morning. You can't move. And then there are days when, okay, let me just get up and compose myself and go. You know, so for me, well, that's where it begins with, like the fatigue feeling in your body, your joints hurt, your muscles hurt, and then it would start flaring.
Okay. When you say flaring, can you explain flaring?
Want me to
Go ahead.
Okay, so lupus is basically where your or any autoimmune condition for that matter, it's where your immune system it's overzealous. Let's put it that way. So if you catch a cold or you get a simple thing affecting your body, then it starts attacking that virus or that bacteria or any foreign body, and then it overcompensates and it can't recognize the good from the bad, and it floods your body with inflammation to fight. It's trying to do its job, but it does it too well. So it floods your body with inflammation, and then the inflammation ends up breaking down bone and tissue and blood cells, and thereby damaging, in particular, your major organs. And flares would come with swelling, major joint pain, the butterfly rash that you just had, but not everybody gets them. Some persons get lesions, you get the
I get
rash.
the butterfly rash.
I have been spared that, right? So I'm happy for that. But then from the beginning, I was told to keep out of the sun. And as a Caribbean person, that's like, how do you do that?
Let's pick up on that point, but we need to pause right now for a brief commercial break. Thank you.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies, and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom. But my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl a look me, but me no inna that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help, let me go.
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what real happen. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
As a hypertensive patient,
In my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content. That's why I am salt smart.
Going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who can support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen?
Don't let this happen to you. Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said, when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children, settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes!
Mommy, uncle not here and the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see Sammy.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and we are speaking with two representatives from the Lupus Hope Foundation. And Keisha, can we pick up the conversation from where we left off? You were talking about the flare-ups, and you mentioned the sun is one of the triggers. And can you elaborate on that for us?
Okay, so the inflammation that I talked about earlier, it affects, like I said, your major organs, and the biggest organ we have is our skin. And being out in the sun or just being hot, the heat that gets generated, it actually has a burning effect on our skin. And if we are in particular in flare and on steroids in particular, it makes our skin thinner. So it makes us susceptible to sunburn easier. So we always get advised to try and avoid the sun as much as possible. Wear sunscreen. I hate the smell of sunscreen.
That don't work.
And it really doesn't work. It doesn't really work.
Okay.
And, it's a high SPF and everything. It's like, no.
Have you tried aloe, the natural sunscreen? Okay.
No, I would burn. I burn. I would burn, right? I would burn.
Yeah.
If we have to be out, like I have like a bunch of long sleeve shirts and everything, and they're thin, so I wouldn't get too hot, but it would protect my arms. People always see me in like long skirts or long pants and everything. It's because I don't want to expose my skin as much as possible so that it could be protected. And the result of that is that our skin complexion lightens. And they'll be like, when they do see you, they'll be like, oh, you look so white. Yes, you need some sun. I'm like, no, I don't.
Not in that condition.
Yeah, so at the beginning, I basically, because I was in university when I got diagnosed, so at the beginning, if I didn't necessarily have to be outside, I didn't really come outside until in the evening, where I could be like in short sleeves and cool and everything. I go to the beach either early morning or late in the afternoon after work or school, but like those all day picnics and stuff, I can't do those anymore.
Okay. So, Victorine, is that your experience as well? Because this leads us into the next question. Your experiences, because Keisha just explained what it's like in terms of trying to hide from the sun in the Caribbean. What about you? What's your experience with lupus?
My first experience with the sun, it was very emotional for me. Because I walked a short distance from the top of 4th Street down to the bottom by Domino's. But when I got there, my elbows hurt, like really hurt. I couldn't move them. And then I saw my skin turning red. And I was like, why? Like, I almost started crying because I was like, I live in the Caribbean. Like, why am I flaring in the sun? And for me, that was that when it hit me and I said, you really have to take a toll and decide how to adjust yourself. In St. Kitts, in the Caribbean, to cope with lupus. So from there on, like Keisha said, I started wearing long sleeves, or I would just not go out in the sun. Even to be under a tent, the heat from that comes from the tent, it flares. I can't go in my kitchen for spite, especially if the oven is on. And I thank God for my husband. He is a real support when it comes to doing the laundry. Can't go outside to hang out the clothes when I want to. So I thank God for, him and family support. That is important.
How has that affected your mental awareness?
Well, sometimes depression kicks in. And people say, oh, you get depressed, you're a Christian, why you get depressed? It is normal, it is flesh. When I find myself going there, I'm being hit by the thought, hey, you're a child of God, come out of that. Go and read, listen to your music, soothe yourself. And I thank God for family support, church support. They're real help. They're real help. And when you feel down, it's good to have somebody that you can call and say, I'm having one of those moments. I need somebody to talk to. And that is important, to have a circle of people who understands, who don't want to just give you pity and like, oh, you're sick again. Like, that hurts. That hurts. That pisses.
Yes.
So you try to put on a persona or face, or what I call a costume, to go out, to show the world, hey, I'm okay. I can cope. I'm okay. But then when you go back home,
a different story.
It's a different story. You have to just relax and tell yourself, hey, slow down. But when you go out there, you hit the ground running, but the reality hits you and you tell yourself, I can't be like everybody else. I have to learn to say, No.
I hear you. And Keisha, I know you're very active. You're involved in several organizations, etc., etc. How do you cope with living with lupus?
With grace, grace of God, honestly, because I mean, honestly, there have been some years where I have been MIA for months and weeks at a time, and persons, when they see me, they would be like, wait, you just came back? And I'd be like, from where? Like, I thought you traveled again to study or whatever. I go, no, I basically live on a rock. That's what I say. Because it's funny, and as Caribbean people, as Black people, we resort to like making jokes and stuff to cope with like questions that come at you, because how do you explain that you've been home in bed for 2 weeks and then another 3 weeks, and every time you try to get back on it, you get sent back home, and then you have to deal with your job being mean. I'm going to say mean today, because they don't understand, and sometimes I think they don't try to understand what you're going through. And I think it's unfair because a lot of persons, I've worked in the civil service long enough to see persons with cancer on the job. I've seen persons with other ailments, and they get certain accommodations, and then here you are, and you'll be like, well, why not me? Yeah. So I had to get to the point where I had to say, you know what, whatever, if I'm sick, I'm just sick. I'm going to just have to ignore persons when they go, again, yes, again, yes, again. I will have to just, if I don't have the energy to have a quip, or not to respond when they go, you're putting on too much weight. Let me give you a joke. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I remember it just looked like I was putting on weight, because my weight normally distributes equally. And somebody went, you're getting too fat. And I said, I am fat with purpose. Leave me alone.
I love that. I love it.
And those are the kind of things that I have to do for myself to cope with how society responds to me. And where being activists concerned, I have New Age, and there were some years we didn't do any productions because I just didn't have the energy. And then I had mental fog, because that's one of the things that come with it. You get foggy brained, and you have to always be fighting. So I had to make choices of how much fight can I fight this month. And because I have to maintain my job in order to maintain my family, I had to put the energy there. So sometimes I can't do stuff at church, sometimes I can't do New Age, sometimes I can't do anybody else except work and home. Sometimes I can't sit in the benches at church, so I watch church online. Before the pandemic, it was Joyce Meyer or one of the TBN preachers when I couldn't make it to church physically. And sometimes I can't drive because the nerve pain is so bad on my right side that I definitely can't drive. But other times, like, I would be in the middle of driving. I remember this one time going around the Molyneux roundabout to go down that long stretch. And I literally had to take my foot off the pedal and put it flat and let the car coax down that road, and then put it back on the pedal just before the corner, because the shooting pain that I had, and I was the only person in the car. So it's not like I could have pulled over and said, take the wheel. Those are the times you have to go like, Jesus, take the whole car. Take the whole car and go through, But it's not always easy, and I know everybody is accustomed to me like smiling and everything, and my doctor will be like, you need to get a sick face. You need a sick face because nobody will believe something wrong with you. So I know for a fact that if you come to the office and you're like crying and your face look a particular way, I know it's super bad. because I've had this since 2006, and that's a long time. So you get accustomed.
Oh man, let me jump in there. Are any activities planned by your organization for this month,
Madam VP?
Yes, we do. We have a remembrance service. What day is that?
The 28th.
28th, where we're going to remember those, we call them fallen butterflies who have gained their heavenly wings. So I'm just appealing to persons out there who have lost a loved one to lupus, if they care to share a picture or a little memory of them, so we can highlight them at that service. And that will be at the Shadwell Great House from 5. Yes, and we also have a paint and sip on the 29th, and that's with Liska Bass. And that is a fundraiser. So you can contact us on our Facebook page or contact Miss Keisha here.
I don't understand how only my number to be up there.
And that paint and sip begins at 4:30. So I'm just asking for the support of the general public to just come out and have fun with us while we do that activity. It's soothing, it's calming.
It is. You get wine. You get wine. And for those of you who can't drink alcohol, like we can't drink alcohol, there is alcohol-free
beverages.
Wine. Yes, there's alcohol-free wine. But you forgot next week Tuesday on the 10th, that is World Lupus Day. So the world over will have purple just all over. So get your purple, take your pictures and post them to social media, tag us, or just say a kind word out there if it's possible, because I know some persons wear uniforms, so they can't wear their purple to work. But if you could put a little purple makeup, a little
your purple ribbon
in your hair, a little purple in your ears, something, just to show solidarity with those of us, because the truth of the matter is that you never know who is going through what.
Oh, so final question. There's no specific age that is contracted. You can be diagnosed at any point in time.
Yes, the common age is women, and gender is women of childbearing age.
Okay.
However, in my research, I have found that some girls younger, have been diagnosed, which actually it's bad and it's good in a way, because lupus is considered to be one, an invisible disease, and two, the great mimic of diseases. It can manifest as anything, and you can be diagnosed with a lot of things before you get diagnosed with lupus. They have gotten better at it in the recent years. I am very thankful that I got diagnosed in Jamaica at the University Hospital, because I think probably if I was home, it would have taken longer and I might not be sitting here today. So I was in the right place at the right time. And even though Vicky said that hers started with fatigue and she had a blood clot and all of that, I had a cold. I had just a cold. I just had a cold that would not go away. And in just doing routine checkup for this particular thing, they found protein where it shouldn't be, and then they tried treating that. And when that did not clear up over a month, then I did blood work and they found it. Then I had to get my kidneys biopsied, and they found that I had lupus nephritis, which meant that my kidneys had already started getting damaged.
Oh my.
Yes, but that has been, yes, it is in check. My kidneys and my liver and everything are good to go. So I want to maintain it.
I'm happy to hear that. But ladies, we have so much more we could have spoken about. But I do believe Kortensia and I and our viewers have learned a little bit more, not only about lupus, but how we should address persons who have lupus and what not to do. Not to make, I guess,
Anyone feel
unknowing comments, right? Yes.
In general, just treat people with kindness.
Respect serious.
Just treat each other with kindness.
Yeah. All right, so viewers, we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Savings, where you save, matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty food will reduce your cravings for salty food. Let's get salt smart.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children. Settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes!
Mommy, uncle not here and the other shake. Hush your mouth. Daddy, uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know. Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see Sammy.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me
Let
go!
go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every day mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
As a hypertensive patient, in my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content. That's why I am salt smart.
Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee. Yes, it's me, Earthquake. I coming Tuesday around 10. No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced. And when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
You can lower your salt intake by reducing salty foods, removing table salt, and using salt alternatives when cooking.
Es Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, or the 5th of May, is a holiday that celebrates the date of the Mexican Army's 5th May 1862 victory over France at the Battle of Puebla during the Franco-Mexican War. This is why Cinco de Mayo is also known as Battle of Puebla Day. To commemorate this, Kortensia and I will be sharing cinco hechas. That's 5 facts about Cinco de Mayo. So, Kortensia, let's talk about Cinco de Mayo.
So the battle took place in a town, Puebla. It lasted from daybreak to early evening. The Mexican army was largely outnumbered and poorly supplied. In fact, they only had outdated guns at their disposal. And yet, as little as 2,000 Mexican soldiers defeated 6,000 French soldiers, you see, little, but a tally well. When the French finally retreated, they had lost nearly 500 soldiers. Fewer than 100 Mexicans had been killed in the clash.
That's what you call home field advantage.
And do not underestimate the man that does not have what you enough, I should say.
Talk about resourcefulness, because they had little equipment, but
they were outnumbered.
Their brains.
Smart Mexicans.
They were outnumbered.
Cinco de Mayo, I'm still waiting for the Corona, you know, with the lime, because, you know, Cinco de Mayo celebrates with beer, although I don't drink beer, but yeah.
All right, and also what took place there, we saw that families in California, they partied first.
I told you, you need the Coronas.
So they won the battle, and they had a party.
That's the first thing they did.
Americans and Latinos in California heard about the valiant efforts of Mexican soldiers through newspaper reports. Residents in the state were so excited They celebrated with parades of people dressed in Civil War uniforms. That's what you call a party, but they made it relevant. They had on the uniforms.
They made it relevant.
Had total fun.
Total fun indeed. To this day, the United States hold coast-to-coast celebrations through this day, though this day wasn't officially recognized until 1933. This is the year when President Franklin D. Roosevelt commercialized Cinco de Mayo, creating the Good Neighbor policy, which aimed to establish positive exchanges and relationships with our Latin American neighbors. So it's a celebration.
And you realize also that it's now not just the parade normal thing, but they have costumes now. So they've moved away from the military regalia.
Yeah, we don't want that no more. New age.
Into now, you know, more flamboyant, carnival-like kind of costumes.
And big parties. Big.
Always parties.
Themed big Cinco de Mayo. So I could imagine the Coronas are going to run out today.
And imagine the Mexican music because, you know, I love my sound. So.
And don't forget the food. I have to speak about the food. Yeah. The food.
Yeah. So Cinco de Mayo is still not a federal holiday in Mexico. Imagine that.
But Americans help me keep it alive though.
It is mostly celebrated in Puebla. And in addition to food and drinks, locals put on a military parade with people dressed as French and Mexican soldiers. They cheer on brightly colored floats and reenact the battle on its original site.
I was just gonna ask you if they do that because you know they could pretend die French. Just saying. They could.
That's cool. I like that. And you know, I think at 2 times I can remember we've had reenactment battles at Brimstone Hill.
Really?
So this would make me think that yes, we have.
Oh, wow.
They have brought in. I think on one occasion they brought in like a real costume, like persons who are accustomed to performing, like theater.
Yeah.
And they brought them in. Yeah, it was done by the Brimstone Hill Society.
Because there is this cutout that you can put your head through and take a picture in like a uniform that I'm seeing on there. Me too, of course. I went up there about what? I think sometime last month I went up there again, but this time I didn't take the picture though.
All right, so this is something that makes me think about that one because this is the one that they do in Mexico. So
in Mexico or the U.S. Because remember Mexico isn't observing it. I'm surprised, and they're the victors.
Okay.
So mole poblano is the official dish of the holiday. This rich dark brown sauce made with Mexican chocolate and a boatload of spices boasts incredibly bold flavor. They're making me hungry. And a divine balance of texture. Mole poblano hails from, you guessed it, the Mexican city of Puebla, where the historic Battle of Victory occurred. Mexico, you need to pick up your holiday. It's all about you.
It even goes into the dishes.
I know.
And so it's reference to that in terms of what you can eat and stuff like that. So everything goes back to Mexico.
Right back to Mexico. So Mexico, pick it up. Even the Corona and the lime. We're going to take a brief commercial break, and when we come back, we will be making our very own maracas. Ooh, looking forward to that.
The continued fight against COVID-19 requires the continued practice of public health measures across all sectors and in every community. Frequent and proper hand washing, wearing face masks, and physical distancing. Do you know who is not physical distancing? The Aedes aegypti mosquito. Let's avoid overloading our healthcare systems. This means simultaneously protecting yourselves and your loved ones from all disease, including mosquito-borne illness like dengue fever, Zika, and chikungunya viruses. Did you know that dengue is the most common mosquito-borne viral disease in the world? So let's get to work. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out. Change the water in vases and scrub inside surfaces to remove mosquito eggs. Avoid using saucers with potted plants to prevent collection of water. Securely cover water barrels and drums with mosquito netting and properly fitted covers. Scrub the inside walls of water barrels and drums with detergent 1 to 2 times per week. Walk around the outside of your home and remove or overturn containers that can collect water and become breeding sites. Mosquitoes only need a small amount of water to lay their eggs. Remove unwanted cans, bottles, buckets, or used tires. Other items still in use must be properly stored in covered areas to avoid water settling in them. Clean roof gutters and air conditioner trays. Debushing and removing tall grass from around your home or establishment is also key to reducing mosquito populations. To decrease your risk of being bitten by infected mosquitoes, use proven personal protective methods too. Apply an effective mosquito repellent to exposed areas of skin according to manufacturer's instructions. Wear light-colored long pants and shirts while outdoors in the early morning and late afternoons. Further, protect vulnerable family members like pregnant women, children, the elderly, and persons who are unwell by using mosquito nets to sleep or rest, even during the day. Fight the bite and protect yourself and your family too from mosquito-borne diseases. This message is brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean countries.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We just shared 5 hechos, that's 5 facts about Cinco de Mayo with you. Now, we're going to be making our very own maracas. And we're going to use cups, tape, and we have beads. Some beautiful blue beads. And we're going to show you exactly how we are going to make those maracas. So we have our in-house artist here as usual. What does Jamie call you again? The Picasso?
Picasso,
Picasito?
Picasito.
Picasito. And so I have to come up against this Picasito. So let's see what I can do.
Yeah. Let's see. So step 1, we decorate the cups.
You know what would be nice? Some Mexican music.
A Corona with a lime would be nice too. I'm trying in it. I am trying.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do a little border across here.
Okay.
And I'm starting with red.
I'm trying to do different designs so my maracas can look fancy.
Well, you are the Picasito.
Maybe I should do something in homage to France for getting beat. Since the Mexican beat them.
Yes, they did.
They got whooped. I would love to see the reenactment though, but I think that would be so funny. You know, sometimes you watch television and you see people pretend like they're killing people and they put the sword under their arm. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yep, because it's only, sometimes it looks so real, only after the fact you realize, oh my gosh, they didn't really kill that person.
Exactly. Television, Television made you believe.
TV tricks.
Let me tell you, once I got the hang of it, because I actually thought the men in wrestling used to like get real hurt and beat up, other than a little bust mouth. But
I'm using purple for lupus awareness.
Look at that. I already have purple on my stuff.
Oh,
would you believe
go.
that? So paying homage to the ladies that were here earlier. I think my Picasito skills and cups don't match. It does not match.
Okay, I'm using brown. A little border.
Okay, next cup.
Yeah, I think it's time to get the next cup.
So folks at home, you can make your maracas and send us pictures too.
Yep.
We are looking forward to those pictures. Let's celebrate with Mexico so that one day Mexico will celebrate back with us. I still cannot believe.
That's jumping into my head now. Trump's wall.
Oh my God.
I wonder.
I knew that wall was never going to make it.
Get?
Exactly. Because the Mexican was going to deal with that wall. I never thought he could.
So much connection between the U.S. and Mexico that
Exactly. Look,
it didn't make sense to have.
Mr. Roosevelt saw it necessary to pick up Cinco de Mayo since Mexico wasn't picking it up. And you talking about build what wall? He want an next Mr. Gorbachev tear down that wall.
Yep.
But Alicia, did you see the memes when they were talking about the wall? How the Mexicans were jumping,
practicing to jump over the wall,
doing the parquet.
Did you see the one where they had Trump? He was like a child sitting down playing with blocks, like building a block.
He deserves everything that he gets. Yes, that man is in case.
I know. Well, let's hope he's not watching.
But if he's watching, what he's gonna say? I'm important in the Caribbean.
Those people in St. Kitts.
They're talking about me. They're making me great again.
Yeah.
But do you know he has a golf course in Canawan? Well, he had a whole resort in Canawan. I think it's since shut down, raffles.
Oh, it's got stores?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it has reopened as yet.
But Mexicans have always been a vital part.
I like them
with the U.S.
Yeah, they're very hospitable. When I went to Mexico in 2019, they were very hospitable people. Very.
Yep.
The service in Mexico is impeccable. If you have not been to Mexico, you should go. Then you would see service. You don't have to be anybody for them to treat you like somebody.
Right.
Yeah. Enjoyed my time in Mexico. As I was telling, I think Lem, that if I had seen the movie, was it 40 Feet Below? What was it? With the shark. When the girls were diving in the cave and they had to fight this. Is it 40 feet? Something below. But they were swimming in a cave. I swam, I did the cave swim.
Same cave?
No, I did a cave swim in Mexico. Had I seen that movie, I was never gonna do that adventure.
Me, I don't like closed up places, so I would have.
Yeah, eventually we had to try to get out because the water was getting too high and it was blocking the exit of the cave. But it was a really nice experience. And we got to saw a catfish, my God. That catfish, I swear he was almost the size of the cave. Big. So when I saw 40 feet or something down, 40 meters down, 40 feet down, I was like, never again.
I remember glimpsing this movie. I don't think I was able to watch it to the end because when a movie upsets me, I just stop. It was this guy swimming in a cave as well, and he got lost down there.
Ooh.
And basically he had to, I think of course it was, he started off with another person, but the person got stuck between something. And the person died. So he was like, ended up, it was a whole group of them, honestly, I think it was. And then he was the last like survivor. And what he had to go through, it wasn't just physical, it was also mental in terms of him having to push himself to continue even when it looked as though he might as well just give up and die. And I was
think I know what you're talking about.
I am not going to finish watching this movie.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Is your maracas ready?
I think so.
So we place the beads in our cup. Now we take the 2 cups together, and now it's the 2 cups together, I should say, and now it's time to. Where's the Corona? Where's the line?
So viewers, we invite you to try your hand at making some maracas or anything else that you would like to do in ode to Cinco de Mayo. We'll be right back.
ever hear earthquake call and say, hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning, SKN. Ciao, bango!
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Did you know that there are certain seasonings that contain more salt than you actually need? There are more natural, healthier ways to reduce the salt intake in your dishes by using natural things like onions, garlic, seasoned peppers, and even thyme and merengue powder.
For dinner. Let Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Recently, the 2022 CONCACAF W Championship Qualification Competition, also known as the CONCACAF W Qualifiers, was held. This is a women's football tournament that was contested by the senior women's national team of the member association of CONCACAF. These games decided the teams that shall play in the 2022 CONCACAF W Championship. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with members of our national team, the Sugar Girls, who participated in the CONCACAF W qualifiers. Join us in welcoming Coach Samuel Phipps and Captain Lavon Francis and team player Aravinda Hughes. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome. You have to make it fun, right?
We have fun here with us today. Okay, we're going to have some fun.
So let's dive right into it, folks. Tell us, what was it like playing your final game on home turf? Captain?
It was great, a good experience. I feel good knowing that at home and it's just a crowd that could hear, like, give me passion and I know my team. That is what I wanted. So we went out and we did the best. It was good.
Aravinda?
It was a great feeling playing at home and knowing that our home fans were hungry for football, knowing of COVID, and they needed the extra motivation from them to play also.
Okay.
It was a great feeling.
All right. So we have a clip here of a match there in St. Kitts. So let's have a look and we'll see.
Springer for the 3-0 lead. Claxton getting her third goal of the campaign on this sequence. The initial shot from Wilkinson saved, but more alert is Jasara Claxton rather than the back line of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Defending hard they were, but the second chance opportunity, just like on the initial goal, coming to Claxton, and she converts. Venetia Brown, very strong in the 1v1 throughout the game. You'll see a lot of these runs. If you haven't seen them already, draws the penalty, opening up with the right foot. Kellogg not able to respond, and Brown would get her first of two in the 77th minute, and then the second one coming in the 93rd, just in the waning seconds. Kellogg coming out, and Venetia Brown off the Bailey Williams pass, taking advantage of the high line. A little unfortunate because U.S. Virgin Islands had just gotten the opportunity on the other end that went in, that was called back.
So ladies, tell us what is it that we just saw?
I see the excitement.
No.
I feel it.
Look at Lavern's face, like, we did that. We did that.
What was that feeling like? And there was a push. Somebody pushed. Somebody pushed you guys.
They don't remember, boy. Just the feeling happening. Just the feeling.
Okay. Of the fans, the excitement, the motivation, you know.
No, we were told that somebody got pushed during the match.
Somebody pushed your
No, I think
team
that's
member.
the under 17. The under 17.
Oh, the under.
That
was the under 17.
Not the sugar girl.
Not this one.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. But what
Not the grown sugar girl.
Right. This one is the senior team.
Yes, this is the senior.
So, what was the sensation like? There was somebody in the crowd. I was told it's one of
somebody's
brothers running around with a St. Kitts flag. I mean, that had to be exciting.
Yes. They always support me. My family are always very supportive when it comes to me. They believe in me, especially with football. They know my talent and everything. So when I see them, it's just like, yeah, and my teammates, them know him, so it's just all love and excitement with them. Yeah.
So, Coach, how did you feel about that result from that game?
Well, I was ecstatic about the result. Yes, we wanted more goals, but the girls played their heart out, and we got a comfortable win. We wanted to put some more pressure on Costa Rica, who won all their games, and we played before them in the final game. We wanted to put pressure on them so that they had to win. Because if they did not win and we scored over 10 goals, then we would have been the one on top of the table. But nonetheless, the girls played a very good game.
Okay, so is that some sort of credit to your coaching? Are you a stern coach? How do you deal with them?
Well, no, I'm not stern by any means. Kortensia would know I'm a joker by profession.
Jokes, exactly. Like as soon as your segment
Just jokes.
And so I just put the girls in an inviting and comfortable environment, and they just do their best because they know how to play football. Once they're comfortable, the game will speak for itself.
That's good, that's good. So ladies, there were several matches that you played in the CONCACAF W qualifiers. Which orders were the most memorable and why? I just
Guatemala.
Okay.
Why?
Because we being so small, like we just up and chain, you know, the love for the sport, and Guatemala is like this big name, and everybody like, oh, I go in Guatemala to get this and it. And to shock everybody, even Guatemala team itself, I know they're big small.
Exactly, small, but we tell about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, borrowing that from the Jamaicans.
It was real good. I wish we was, for Guatemala game, I wish we did go out there. We had that set up for Costa Rica. I wish we did run them because I know we would have been the top on the table once we go with that formation.
So, Aravinda, tell us about Costa Rica then. How did that one play out?
We lost, but we played our heart out.
Okay.
It was a difficult, hard game. Costa Rica team is very, but we showed them still that we can do our best.
You gave them a challenge.
But next time, no.
Next time.
You hear that?
Think it's coming for you.
Next time. They're ready. Okay, so what are some of the things that are taught to the team players in terms of, because we know sport is not just physical training, but it's also mental training. How do you hype them up? How do you get them mentally ready to face their opponents? But I realize Aravinda said she's ready for Costa Rica the next time. So, I mean,
the thing about with this team, there's no I in team, and I always give commendations to the staff. And everybody play a vital role in preparing the team. So it's not the coach job only. There's the assistant coach, Al Richards. We had the medical team, who I call my miracle workers. Jenny Pine-Gishard, we had Josephine France, we had Dr. Mariska Phipps. We also had team manager Chantel Wilkinson, who did a wonderful job. And Macefield, he's the hype man. He's a trainer of the team. So it's a collective effort. And we just believe in the girls and tell them to go out and do their best. And if I must add about the Guatemala trip, is that we trained at Brimstone Hill for a few Saturdays in preparation for the 5,200 feet above sea level. And you guys would imagine how that was. Even the coach, I'm not in top shape, you can see. But the air was thin. And even in the game, it was difficult. And to play in Guatemala at that height, it was very difficult for the girls. We had to make a substitution halfway in the first half where a player couldn't not go anymore. She just sat and we had to take her off the field. So it was a hard battle, but we believe in the girls. We tell them, look, believe in yourself. You have the ability to do it. You know how to play. Just go and have fun. It's not going to be easy, but it's achievable. And the girls went out. We got our first goal. We were playing. The referee gave us some tough calls, but we weathered the storm. And it was a win from there. We had to pull some strings, the assistant coach and I. We had to take some gamble in that game, and it all paid off. And that's what teamwork is all about. At the end of the game, I was pulled by reporters into a room, and they couldn't understand what could we have done, possibly, to come to Guatemala in terrible conditions and win? Yeah, that was the main question from all of the reporters. What did we do?
Right.
Because it was not we weren't expected to win that game. We were expected to lose.
Right.
But we showed them that we're small, but we're talented.
So definitely, that was a standout match for you. So viewers, we'll have more of this exciting interview when we come back. So don't go anywhere.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are speaking with Coach Phipps and Captain Laverne Francis and Aravinda Hughes of our National Senior Sugar Girls team. So, Coach, just before we broke, you were mentioning some of the persons who make up the backbone behind the team. Question, were there any injuries during that period of time during the qualifiers? Any of the matches resulted with any of the players getting an injury?
Well, we had little nicks and knacks, but nothing significant to talk about where any player had to drop out. There was one player who traveled with us to Costa Rica. She couldn't make it because then she had a strain in her knee. That's the only thing, but all the other players, nothing significant to talk about.
Okay.
So Laverne and Aravinda, was there any self-doubt when you went to Guatemala? No. I just love her smile. No doubt? None?
No. I always ready.
No, that's good.
I like mission, that attitude. Yeah.
See? Mission.
Oh, my coach, you got a team of really strong women on your hands.
Yeah.
All right, so were there any challenges throughout the whole experience, other than the one that you mentioned in terms of the altitude? Any other challenges that were faced?
Well, how about the food?
I was about to say that. The food, us here in the Caribbean, in particular, St. Kitts and Nevis, we are accustomed to everything seasoned to the bone. And
flavor.
When we travel, it's not seasoned to the bone.
No.
So the players don't actually like it. But I think that after a while, they gave us like like mixed signals. Like one time we got like good food. The other time was like, I wish I have some KFC. Yeah, that was it. The food was on and off. It wasn't consistent, but I eat anything.
Okay.
I make anything work.
So let's hear from Laverne and Arvind.
Yeah, how did you ladies manage?
As Coach 50 said, that's what she was KFC. KFC. They don't buy Ricky Tishon. We know what tastes good and we know what is flavor.
Yeah.
And when we need a cook with us.
Oh, so Fipsy, add a cook to the team, please.
Actually, one of our physios is Josephine France. She's an excellent cook.
Oh, so she ended up cooking food that tasted like KFC?
Not really.
Okay.
Because,
Like seasoned.
we shops weren't like close, like to get like supermarkets.
Okay.
So we can do that.
Oh, okay.
But they will go to the way to go buy, okay. We normally get like breast, but they went out the way to get chicken wing. So they buy chicken wing and get the kitchen. And then,
But I thought breast is better for athletes because it's more oomph.
Me like a lot of, me like fleshy chicken.
Oh, I don't like, okay, good.
Any challenges for you, Arvind?
Food?
The food.
You say?
I'm a food lover, but sometimes, as I said, the food was good. It wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we tried to adapt.
Yeah, because you have to eat in order to be able to do what you guys do.
Energy. That's what I'm saying too. So that was a really good win with the food.
Yeah. Because the girls were comfortable.
Okay.
I think we had one night. I think it was we played the Friday.
Yeah.
Yes. The Wednesday night we had like a talent show.
Talent night, yeah.
Like where all the rookies had to sing.
In the St. Kitts team?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And for staff, players, and we really had a good time. It was really fun, and everybody just got together, and it was a good sight to see.
Okay. So what's next for the Sugar Girls?
For later on this year, I've been told that there are some friendlies coming up because then later on we have the Gold Cup and the Nations League. So what they're trying to do now is to mimic the boys' side. Like the female side never used to have all these things, but now I think FIFA and CONCACAF is realizing that there should be some equal playing ground. And I always believe that there should be equal, even in pay. Like I think females should get the same pay as men.
Yeah, of course. We work in the same as hell.
I also think that females are the best bosses. But to say that, don't get carried away now.
I think some viewers are going to have an objection to Coach Phipps.
I'm just speaking on experiences. I'm speaking on experiences. So we have Nations League and Gold Cup coming up. So there would be preparations later on this year for 2023. It's just the final preparations. Once I get those in, I'm going to put a calendar into the president, and then we move from there.
So what if somebody was interested in joining the Sugar Girls? What do they have to do?
A lot of work.
So there's no direct entry?
No direct entry.
Oh, okay.
Everybody has to knock first.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So after the under 17, this is the team that you end up on if you're interested?
No, they have the under 20, and then you have the seniors.
Okay.
Yeah. So they go up the channels. On the 15s, on the 17s, on the 20, then you go to the seniors.
Okay. So first you have to establish yourself. You have to show your potential. Is there any sort of scouting that is done, maybe in schools, to see the young ladies who have potential?
Yeah, they're scouting there. They have scouts. We've spoken to scouts. We have some of the girls who are overseas based. In fact, some of their parents are coaches, and they have opportunities begging so that our players or younger players could come up and see what it's like to play in that environment. Because the thing is that I don't think here we get enough exposure, because then we can play. And it has been proven that we can play, but the experience part of it is lacking. So that's where a lot of the teams from St. Kitts and Nevis lose, because we don't have the experience. Because it's a strategy thing. Like some teams would let off for about 10 minutes and then go again. We just play. And we don't have that experience to really, but we're getting there. Trust me, we're getting there. Because even say the Guatemala game and one of the, I always talk about that.
Yep.
And they were asking, how did we do it? But I watched Guatemala play the tapes every single night, just to find weak spots.
That's
they're very technical going forward. They're vulnerable in the back. So if they're gonna come, we're gonna get our chances.
I like that.
And we're gonna score.
I like that.
Research. Yes, very important. And hold that thought, viewers. We'll be right back after these short commercials.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get Salt Smart.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
I'm here to say St. Kitts, Nevis, with the name for us I represent for the Ministry of Health. Yeah. Respect the COVID protocols. In a time like this, all for one for all. St. Kitts, Nevis. Don't forget your mask. Wear it everywhere you go. Sanitize before and after everything you do. Cause you never know what's on the surface of the places you go. Maintain a safe social distance between me and you. Keep calm and stay focused. Don't be a fool, seek the facts first. And boost your immune system up. Don't wanna lose no more of us. Mask up, sanitize, observe the protocols all about. Be wise, mask up, sanitize, me family fitting boat, and you. Blessed love and greetings. This is Infamous, and I am here to encourage every Kittitian and Nevisian to remember that we have our part to play in the fight against COVID-19. So sanitize, wear your face mask, practice social distancing, and go and get vaccinated. For me no know about you, but me love think it's bad. Easy no man.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
Yeah. I know we can make it. It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be safe. One kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up. Yeah. Cause no man's alone. Do what's right. Alright. Cause I love you. Brother, my sister. And we're in this together. My sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
That's you. Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and it's time for Loosen Up.
Salsa.
To do this, we will be talking about dance moves that we remember. So, Kortensia, you want to get the ball rolling?
What dance move do I remember? Can't touch this. Too well in my heels. I can't do it too well in my heels, but can't touch
what's his name again?
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer.
Yeah.
Right. And so he had the big pants.
The big pants and just
whenever
shuffle
he
across.
was dancing, you'd see the pants going back and forth. Remember Will Smith did a song, Get Jiggy With It? I love Jiggy.
Oh, that's like, this is like the grown people dance, no offense. Then they had the electric slide that people still doing on to now, this one.
Yeah, I used to know how to do it. I don't remember anymore.
I have to get in the coordinated group to get the coordination done.
And there were several dances that had that sort of rehearsed kind of thing. You had to learn them. So that was the electric slide. There have been several others. I can't recall it, but
How
there
about
was
Michael
also...
Jackson's famous?
Oh, that was the famous one for him. The moonwalk for me was the famous one for him.
But then he did that move.
The one with the foot.
Yeah, with the move. What other dance moves? Oh my god.
There was some dancehall kind of dances that I remember.
Butterfly.
Too. Yes, I think everybody jumps with the butterfly. Yep. And
don't forget the bogle.
Right.
Don't forget the bogle.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have to lean back. And then you move the hands. But I can't even do any of the new age dances.
And there was the pepper seed too. There was a pepper seed. I can't remember how the pepper seed go, but it was. I think it was something with shaking.
I don't know the pepper seed. I don't know.
I remember
pepper seed. I don't remember the pepper seed.
But hey,
oh my god!
And as you said, there are lots of new type of dances that the young people do know. I have no idea.
They have this one with this one foot, this African thing, and this. Oh my god!
And there was the one with the. I forgot what you call this kind of one when you do the arms.
Fling it up.
No. The young people do it. The floss.
Oh, you mean this thing here? My niece and nephew do it very well.
No, you don't. At certain points, the two hands are not going together.
I know. See, my niece does it very well. I can't floss.
I know. They do the floss, but there are some even like newer ones that they do. I remember at Leap's dance show before the pandemic. That's when they were in Central Bank. There was a segment where the host invited, and I think it was Genevieve, Genevieve Hanley. It's her Leap is her dance
company.
School, and so she invited the young people up, and they were doing the new dances, and I had no idea. And there were two of them, and it was totally unrehearsed, you know. They had two young people come up, and she said the name of the dance, and they just did the dance. And I was like, what?
Like the doggy, they have
different names, different kind of new age dances that definitely is something that maybe not we shouldn't really keep up with, but I like to look.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I stick to the traditional dances.
Yeah, we just.
What about you know any ballroom dances?
Yeah, I used to dance salsa with Fipsy back in the day. And that's where I knew Fipsy from.
Okay.
So him coming to the dance.
Was it like a ballroom club?
No, salsa.
Oh, salsa.
Salsa club, yeah.
Oh, it was a salsa club.
Yeah.
Okay, but because I've known over the years, they have had several dance clubs. Because I think there was a ballroom one at one point. So, they would do the different types of ballroom dances. I think, what's his name? Yes, so Kortensia.
Those were the dances we had today.
Those were dances. And those were the ones from before. So young people, those were the ones that we did.
And
so you continue yours because I love dancing. And I'm going to assume that most people like dancing. So do your thing. And we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be one kind, one people. We are roll up to roll up, cause no man's alone. Do what's right, cause I love you, and we're in this together. My sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, it's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, it's better for us. Tell your mommy to let it roll out.
You're watching Good Morning SKN. We could not let our representative of the Sugar Girls get away without having some fun with them today. Today, Aravinda and Laverne are going to demonstrate their skills for playing football on the Nintendo Switch. So since they're footballers in real life, let's see how they do on the Switch.
Whoa, no, I am supporting Aravinda. Aravinda has blue hair.
And I have Laverne in the pink hair. Go Laverne, go Laverne, go Laverne. Laverne is sweating. My gosh, go Laverne, get that ball. Forget it.
Aravinda.
We still have more turns, so I'm backing Laverne. Come on, Laverne. We can break the tie. We can break the tie. We can break the tie.
No, she's gonna continue on ahead.
Ready? Go Laverne, we got this. We got this. Oh my. Go Laverne, go Laverne, go Laverne, go Laverne, go. Laverne sweating, and Laverne is sweating, and there she has the ball. Let's go. I am back, Laverne. Come on, Laverne. One kick, Laverne. One kick away, Laverne. Laverne, one kick away.
Ball is getting away.
Oh my God, and Laverne is sweating. Laverne is sweating. Come on, Laverne. You got this. Oh man.
Don't worry. Whoa, you got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got it.
So I'm mistaken, Aravinda, which one?
Aravinda is the blue hair.
Right,
Yeah, Laverne is pink. Come on, Laverne. We have this. We have this. We have this.
Points are going to be doubled.
Go, Laverne, go.
Okay.
And there we have it. Laverne kicking the golden ball, and she'll make an instant goal.
That's cool enough.
Tie. It's a golden ball. I told you we have this.
Okay.
Let's go, Laverne. Two more again, and Laverne did it. I love this slide.
Oh, one more.
Come on, Laverne, let's do this. Let's do this for the pink. For the pink. Come on, Laverne. Come on, Laverne. You got this. You got this.
Blue-haired girls can do it.
Go.
Aravinda, come on, girl, you can do it. Is that the last game?
Go, Laverne. Go, Laverne.
Oh, no.
It's just slow underneath.
Yeah, I'm coming back in. Okay, Aravinda, this time. Okay.
Laverne, we got this. And
This
here
time,
comes the
girl.
ball, and Laverne is passing. Laverne, come on, Laverne.
This is yours.
See,
okay.
Pipsy, I always back the underdog. The underdog always come up.
This one is yours. Okay. Now we have golden ball again, so double
Come on,
scores for
Laverne.
this goal.
Come on, Laverne. Come on, Laverne. And Laverne kicks the ball past Aravinda. And Laverne. Laverne, we have to break this time. We have to break this time.
Double.
Yes, we sell it. Okay.
Come on, we got this. We got this. Come on,
Keep the
Laverne.
momentum going.
Go.
Momentum.
Kick. Listen, that was luck.
No.
That was luck. That was sheer luck.
Kill.
Sheer luck. Go, Laverne. Come on. We need an next golden ball so we can pass
You can
him.
do it again. You
Come
got the
on,
momentum.
Laverne. Come on.
You got the momentum.
Go.
You got the momentum.
Go.
And keep going.
Back up.
You
She
can
blocked.
do it, girl.
Come on. Laverne, go. Go, Laverne. Come on. Go, Laverne.
We don't kick me with fear. We don't kick what that.
Look at that. Wow.
But guess what? We haven't. We're continuing. We'll continue.
They have 21.
Oh, 21 seconds.
So we're continuing.
We have to break it. We have to break it. Go,
No.
Laverne. How about Laverne? I thank you.
6-5. Oh, wow.
Okay. There's the replay. Okay, don't worry about it. You've got
Laverne,
this
we got
one again.
this. We got this.
Aravinda, don't worry
Go,
about that one.
Laverne, and Aravinda kicks the ball, but here comes Laverne.
This has to be a tiebreaker.
We're tied again.
Oh, no.
There's time for a tiebreaker. We have about 10 seconds left.
Let's see.
Okay, 6. Okay, 6 seconds.
Come on, Laverne.
Girls with blue hair can do it.
Girls with pink hair is better. Go, Laverne.
We had so much fun with you today.
Thank you for participating.
Thank you for coming to Good Morning SKN. We've learned a lot about what it's like representing the Federation and your skill. Keep going. Next time we want to see you in the finals, okay?
Yes.
All right, so thank you very much, and viewers, we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Bless up. Dejo here, and I'm doing my part.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
Well, ladies and gents, after all that fun, we really did not want the show to end, but we have to end the show today. So we want to say thank you for joining us today. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, mainly Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or at Studio 327 Inc. Like, subscribe, follow, and share.
Yeah, and leave us a comment. And let us know what was your favorite part of the show today. It was
the games.
The games for me.
Laverne won.
And so see you tomorrow. That's only for now. See you tomorrow at 8 a.m. when you start your morning with us.
Right here at Good Morning SKN. Have a great day, guys.